Oh dear, I have somehow managed to drop my camera. We'd got almost the top to the past Ringing Roger, and I walked all the way back down, and I'm just coming up to Herdman's plantation. If I can't see it here, I'm going to walk back up slowly to the top. I've left my pack and the guys are all up top. I am very frustrated and very worried and upset. Well, this is the middle of the Kinder Plateau. I think this might be the start of the River Kinder. I followed, went up to Crowden Head, and I've come across. It seems, not realise, that we're on a bit more of a solid or a well-defined footpath now. The OS map varied quite a lot from the footpath marked on the map. On the OS map route, and now I think they've coincided, so this is the footpath, possibly. But I'm really enjoying it. It's quite an adventure. I can see that if you were to get into difficulty, say you were to twist your ankle, sprain your ankle or injure yourself, and then the weather dropped, as it can do, you could be in serious trouble up here. There's no phone signal, very remote. I mean, who would find me in a peat grike like this? Yeah, so it's not for faint-hearted. Well, I really can't imagine why this is called Kinder Gates, can you? This is the River Kinder, and it has to pass through these two gates. Baboom! How magnificent is that? And the sun's coming out. Dry up all the rain. Hope it dries my coat as well. That were a right adventure. Crossed over from Crowden Tower, came across up Crowden to Crowden Head, through the Bogfest in the middle, and then met the River Kinder and followed the River Kinder through Kinder Gates to Kinder Downfall. Just filled my water bottles up and had a drink, and I'm waiting now for the guys to get here. Got an hour yet though, so I'm just going to chill around. Like I say, if the sun comes out and dries my coat, I'll be very pleased. This is Dave Goodman.
Yeah, how I feel.
Does some amazing videos. Really massive endurance jobs they are.
I wouldn't say that, but
and he's taken the 4 lads all over the place today. They're all shattered. I was quite glad I only just had to whip across Kinder.
yeah.
And I have to say, Dave yesterday ran down the nab, not following the path, just straight down.
Silly of me really, because of bloody my knees. I've had a bit of I bloody fell in the river today. I slipped on a stone, and then I put my foot in the bog right up to my knee.
Oh, Dave, man. Oh. Anyway, so this is Dave. So
Nice to meet you.
So we're all set up. Nice pictures, good flat site. Got all the usual stuff on the inside. Cells with all the stuff on them. Had to bring my full fuel bottle because I thought I was doing a 2-day camp. Of course I'm only doing a 1 day. Couple of bottles of Kinder tea. Got my Sister Summit air chair. I'm trying these little poles to lift the side out. So when you look down in the gap, there's a good gap between the inner and the outer. I don't know whether that's worth doing or not. Stakes, I've got some new. These carbon fibre lightweight stakes. Well, I'm not taking it out. That's a 9-inch one, and I've got some of the 3FUL 6-inch ones. Yeah, so we're all set up. I think it's we'll have a go at getting the drone up. I think. I've just been saying we've got 5 tents here, and each one's a different shade of green, which is quite sign of the times, I suppose. And I don't think any of them properly blend in with where we are. Simon, who rather strangely hasn't got a YouTube channel, but he's
I leave you guys to do that. You do it much better than I could.
Apparently he's got loads of footage waiting in the can, so he might steal all our good ideas and then just come and...
Absolutely, I'm seeing how it's done.
And you're in the Durston
X-Mid 1. I actually have an X-Mid 2, but this is my hiking partner that I do my long trails, Cumbria Way and West Island Way with. It's this one. He wants me to look after it, and just like a car, you've got to use these things, otherwise they dry up. And you can't just leave them sitting on the shelf.
Absolutely,
So
yeah.
Cleaning it out, giving it a good airing.
And everyone raves about them. Everyone that has one says they're...
You know, the reason I bought it was because it's a tent for idiots who don't know what they're doing. Because you cannot get it wrong.
I should have one of them then.
It is a piece of... it's very easy to put up, and it just works. I've also had it up in high winds, but that was just by accident. I didn't mean to. Obviously, the poles, if you compare to a normal tent, how thick the poles are, you're using your trekking poles, so the poles are going to be stronger.
Yeah.
And as much as it wasn't a pleasurable experience, it did hold up to those high winds. I mean, it does have quite big sides on it, so you're supposed to try and...
Does it flap much when it's windy? Yeah.
I mean, it's not great, but it's not going anywhere. I haven't had any failures with it, and I used it all through the winters, and yeah, it's been great. But I am going to get a winter tent.
So the interior,
and I'm looking at the Wild Country Panacea tent.
Yes, that's a nice tent. Yeah, I
found one for 200 quid somewhere.
So we're just coming along from the site where we were all camped, and this is what you get. Just look at that beast there. And I didn't film coming over from Crowden Head, but there are these all over, and of course you've got to go down one side and up the other. So this is Gav from Hiking for Health. He is the instigator of this adventure this weekend. He messaged us all and said, shall we come and do a group camp, which we all jumped on, of course. And yeah,
been a great adventure, isn't it?
It's been really good, yeah. Well, of course, I missed yesterday's, or I started yesterday's, and then you lot all camped last night. And Gav, unbelievably, I gave my beer away, giving my beer away. and he said, "This isn't really for me. You can have it back." So
When you said you were coming back, I couldn't drink it. So I kept it. I carried it all that way for you, Phil.
So my 4 cans of beer I brought, I've got 1 to have tonight, which I'm really pleased about. I wasn't expecting that. But, yeah. And this is the legend that is Steve from Hengist Wild Camps. I have just witnessed him do his champion beer take.
So, first can, good health, cheers all. Oh, E-Bygum, that's good beer.
I reckon there are more wild campers do the same thing, even if it's not champion, or bring champion just because they're wild camping because of Steve.
I do that at home, it's not for the camera. I also shout at the TV.
Well, yeah, I shout at lots of things at home. So you're in an Alp kit?
Yeah, I'm back in the Elk Kit Tap Star. It's just, even though I've not gone round and tightened it up, it's just an amazing tent when it comes to winds.
Yeah. Solid, yeah.
I've had it out in 50-mile-an-hour gusts. Well, that's what the Met forecast said. Somebody who was there had a wind meter and it was 48.
Tighten up my pegs, Dave.
And this was, well, it was moving about as much as it's moving now. And
Now then, Duncan, don't be shy with all these people around. Hello! There's a lot of people here today, isn't there? Honestly, quite crowded, really. Just going to have a beer, so will you behave yourself while I have one? Right then. Morning. I had a wonderful night's sleep. Was fast asleep until probably 2:30. And then rolled over, went back to sleep. Woke up at 5 o'clock with it. Could see it was getting a bit light, so I put a time lapse on. And I put up the tent. It's been lovely seeing the sun creep across Kinder, gradually lighting up more and more. It's not quite got us yet, but it's not far off. It looks a really nice day, completely, from what I can see from the way of this triangle, completely cloudless, which would be right. Made myself a tea and coffee. Everything's organised, it's done really well as a system today. Niggles, the inside of this alcohol burner, had a piece of, I don't know what purpose it was, like a piece of plastic foam, which I presume is just to seal it if there's any alcohol left in the burner. And I went to snuff the burner, went to it last night, put it on, and didn't quite get it. And then I noticed there was a little flame eking out the corner. And across the middle of this Edale mounted. I don't know whether that's important or not. I like the function of that alcohol burner, it's really good. And I like the titanium windshield to it. But I have seen a lovely fire maple pan that Simon's got, which would appear to be quite a cheap thing, and it's got one of those heat diffusers at the bottom.
I tried putting music on one of the videos. Yeah, what happened to that? Trying to imagine you at an interview, Steve. You know, like you're going for a job interview. Well, I can find out. But free driving job. And there we were, all packed up.
leave no trace. Duncan's been around the site and checked, and I've got everything I need. No bits left at all. Left it just as good as we found it. Oh, sorry, left 4 tents. Yeah.
The amount of time Steve's done it, he's done something to camera, he's gone, oh bugger, I had it on picture.
Well, you never tire of this view, do you? Just look at that. Magnificent. And of course, keen-eyed people will know where we are. We're at Edale Rocks, so that's my first wild camp on Kinder was there. Last week's wild camp was on top of Swineback, just straight in front of us. And you can see Jacob's Ladder winding its way down the hill, which we're about to go on. Great. Famous beehive at the top of the first bit of Jacob's Ladder, where we could go down there for Jacob's Ladder, but we are going to go down the pack horse route after consensus of opinion. Enjoying it, lads? Well, we're very lucky with this weather. It's absolutely stunning. Gorgeous. I mean, there's a few clouds out now, but it's beautiful. I wouldn't like to be doing a long trek in this. It's a bit warm, but we haven't got that much longer left now. We're just going along the Edale Vale, along to Edale. And I think we're electing to take the lower path instead of the Pennine Way one. We'll see though when we get down there. Great. What a fantastic camp. The whole experience has been mostly incredible. The first day when I lost my camera, now we've all had a chat about it and sort of gone over the events, and we're actually convinced that it was stolen. There was a bit when we were doing a bit of fooling about to camera, and this makes sense to me. I rationalise it in my head as being the annoying, the upsetting thing. I think I must have put the camera down, and then me and Steve were arsing about on camera. And these 3 lads walked past, and I reckon they've picked it up. I don't want to think bad of people and accuse people, even though they're not really accused, but I think that's what's happened to it. But from the back of that, my incredible daughters and wife have rallied round and been so supportive. And these guys they were, they'd climbed up a mountain as well, but they were running up and down looking for it, over and above. Amazing. Now the walk that they did yesterday, I wouldn't have enjoyed doing. It was very long. Probably not my kind of thing, and up and down as well, and I can't go up very well. It just really tires me out. But instead, I got a golden opportunity when Kev was just leaving the car park as I arrived. A very full car park that I've had no chance of parking at. That was amazing. Coming up Grinslow was a tough slog, but you got to the top and then you level. And then the route took me across from the top of Crowden to Crowden Head. And basically, if you can see Kinder Gates behind me, it joins Crowden Head is just behind Kinder Gates. And then through this way to the downfall. And it was a bog fest, and it was hard working times, but it was bloody enjoyable. Really enjoyed it. And I got there and I had an hour and a quarter, I think, before the lads arrived. Perfect. Brilliant campsite. Perfect for us. Really good chat round the campfire, so to speak, last night. Really good night's sleep. And then glorious weather like this. Ah, that's amazing. Yeah, incredible. So, do hope you've enjoyed this video. Please, if you haven't already subscribed, subscribe by clicking on my head just here. If you want to see any more of my videos, up here. If you like this video, it really helps the algorithm. I'm sure you've heard that lots, but YouTube have this funny set of rules to put this video out. I don't make these videos just to get more and more views on them, but it's nice when you get lots of likes.